Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Good morning, happy Monday. Hope you guys are having a blessed morning. Hope you have even a better afternoon and evening. I wanted to touch on a couple of things today. A couple of these things we're going to really kind of deep dive in on the stream today, on our first stream. But came across this on the Telegram chat group about Iran, and I thought it was important to note, to talk about, only because of what's kind of going on right now, right? We all know what's kind of going on with the U.S. and Iran right now. But apparently there was something put in place with the UK, Germany, and France years back now, to avoid the sanctions that the United States was putting on Iran. So apparently there was a deal during the last administration, during the Obama administration, with Iran. You guys probably remember that. You know, a lot of the major nations, right, you know, came together, put a deal together, get Iran to stop, you know, building more nuclear things, right? Nuclear missiles. Well, the Donald got into office, right? And you probably remember that. He got in. He was not happy with that Iran ideal, right? So he, you know, started doing his things, decided to move out, pull out. Well, little do we know, at least hear about that, you know, when the United States, and here's the thing so important to understand, when the United States imposes these sanctions, it affects other major nations, right? So you got the SWIFT, if you will, knife. You got the U.S. with their sanctions. And it affects other nations. It affects, you know, like people in the European nations. And so what happened is that, you know, obviously these other nations were not happy with the fact that the U.S. decided to pull out and reinstitute, you know, previous sanctions. So they put together something that was going to allow them to continue to trade and or operate an agreement with Iran. And it was something called INSTEX. INSTEX, right? SPQL Media did a deep dive on this a while back, I think sometime in March. But I thought it was important to bring up again because of all the things that's going on, right? And so what this INSTEX does is allows, it was the UK, Germany, and France to be able to continue trade with Iran. But it also, we need to stay on this side. It also forced Iran, if you will, to participate in the FATF. It forced them to participate in all of those guidelines, procedures, and policies with the FATF as well. So the UK and France and Germany get, you know, continue to get this kind of agreement and working partnership, if you will, in trade with Iran, but getting Iran into the ATF, you know, continues, you know, the whole thing with the nuclear missiles as well. INSTEX. Now, it's rumored. I didn't find anything substantial, but it when you talk about the target to, and I'm gonna share a little bit later with that today on the stream as well. It seems like Ripple is involved in that somehow. Whether it be the target to, whether it be tasks, that Ripple is involved with INSTEX. And the implementation or how the trade is going to get done, that Ripple is involved in that somehow. It wasn't clear to me in the video that I watched today, but I'm gonna go over it again. I'm gonna go over it on the stream. But what was noted in the video explaining it is that it was Ripple's way to, you know, kind of backdoor SWIFT, because remember, SWIFT in the U.S., they go hand in hand. They go in tandem, right? U.S. decides to do something, they use SWIFT as that knife, right? The SWIFT knife, if you will, to cut off Iran and whoever they decide that they're cutting off from any kind of any way to navigate financially, right? And so apparently Ripple, you know, which is a little odd to me, but apparently Ripple, this U.S. company, is involved with this INSTEX in some way, and I'm not certain about it. Someone mentioned that INSTEX was a validator. They actually had a validator node, which I thought was interesting. Again, it's just the UK, Germany, France, and possibly other EU nations as well. Possibly other. I think they said 20 other EU nations. I'm going to read some articles about it. But I thought, given what's going on today with the United States and Iran, it would be really important to look into that. So we're going to look into that in the stream today as well. Guys, did you read on Twitter that the Davos 2020 that's coming up, Davos 2020, the only DLT company invited to this World Economic Forum. Remember, 2019 was about globalization, the world globalization and the implementation of embracing this fourth industrial revolution. Right? That was the 2019, theme. 2020, Ripple is the only company, DLT company, invited to this Davos. The only company. World Economic Forum. I think that is significant to know. And we'll cover a little bit about that on the stream as well. But also, MoneyGram is inked a strategic partnership with a company called eBix Cash out of India. So MoneyGram is leveraging. It's taking advantage of the fact that it has access to this ODL. Quite honestly, they're going to be doing more and more deals, because if they're on the RippleNet and they're using the ODL, they're able to do it. So MoneyGram, again, this is going to be massive. We know anything cross-border is going to involve ODL and XRP. We know this, right? Because it's cheaper, it's faster. So you got Bcash partnering with Ripple to do the cross-border payments, bank the unbanked, if you will, in Bangladesh, right, with Bcash and Ripple. Now you got MoneyGram going out in a strategic partnership with a company called EBIX Cash. Again, guys, it's just expanding, if you will, expanding the Ripple network. And obviously, all things cross-border with MoneyGram is going to involve ODL. So that's another good thing, another thing we'll probably talk about as well. I think it's interesting. I saw this on Twitter as well. Standard Chartered is backing China's kind of partnership with something called Logis, Logis. We all know the Standard Chartered's Ripple partner, right? And so in U.S. Standard Chartered getting together with China. Remember the deep dive that had the UK, England involved with China as well. Remember the agreements between China and the UK? With deep dive. Remember we went over that deep dive as well. So it feels as like we keep hearing more and more rumors about BRICS in Ripple. It's just very, 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 very interesting, because BRICS involves Russia. Putin was just he was quoted as saying it's time to get this index up and running and operating. It's time to get it going. So you got index, you got BRICS, you got Standard Chartered in China, you got Ripple possibly involved with this index as well. Very, very interesting. So if they are involved with index, why would BRICS in those nations not in some way, shape, form, or fashion be involved with Ripple and its technology? No facts on this, just kind of thinking out loud. But I think it's very, very interesting, to say the least. So we're going to cover these things today on the stream as well. Exciting times. I think it's outstanding to note that Ripple is the only DLT company, guys, the only one invited to Davos 2020. Absolutely massive. So we all know that 2020 is going to be the year of the digital asset. We all know that. There was an article on Medium about 2020 to 2030, the tokenization of digital assets. I may or may not go over that a little bit. It's a good article. It's a good read on Medium. It was written by the CEO of something called tokenfunder.com or tokenfund.com, one or the other. Very interesting article nonetheless. But guys, 2020 is here. I don't know where Bitcoin is. I believe it is still over 8,000. I saw it was at over 8,100 at some point yesterday as well. Exciting times. Look, pay attention to spring 2020, late spring 2020 for the alt markets. I'm thinking pay attention to that. I'm going by my boy DIY investing, really paying attention to that one. So we'll see what's going on, guys. All right, listen. Stay tuned for the stream later today. Hopefully you guys will get the notification. Never ever forget this, guys. That old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know. That the battle for you has already been fought. And the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.